recording
Okay, what was I being silly?
now. Hello, Alicia. Thank you for
Hi.
meeting with me. For meeting with me in this session today. Before we get started, I just have to ask you a question, which is allowing you I need your informed consent that you give me consent to record this meeting.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, what brings you here, to meet with me for this session to discuss, what would you like to discuss today?
Well, um, I had a problem with my calculus class. I
Okay.
failed my class.
Oh, can you
Um,
speak up? Okay.
I failed my class, my calculus class.
Oh,
hmm And I'm just about done with my degree, but I failed the class, and now I have to take it over again. Um, so I'm trying to work on that right now.
so when you failed, how did that make you feel when you failed it?
I felt kind of defeated at first because, I only have two more classes to go, and it was like that last thing that I really had to do because the other class I have to finish is just elective. So it kind of made me feel like I took a step back after all my progress I've already made, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
consistently passing all my classes so far. So I kind of felt a little defeated and discouraged when I first failed the class. And, I kind of just, this month, I took a step back and I kind of tried to pick myself back up.
Oh, okay. So what strategies did you use to pick yourself up?
Well, first, I know I had some self-talks with myself, and I had to understand it is my responsibility that I failed the class, but also it didn't help that the professor didn't really give us schedules for knowing when stuff was going to be due. But I could have been more diligent with checking the dates when they were posted, even though they were in a short period of time. So that's one thing I did. I took responsibility. Then also I realized, well, you know, I could do the class over again in the fall as well, because I was still gonna have to go to class in the fall anyway to do my other elective. So I said, hey, it's okay. At least I know what to expect now, because this was my first time ever taking calculus, a calculus class, and it was pretty difficult. I didn't understand most of the work, so um, yeah, and I just kind of relaxed a little bit, also in general, this month as well. So I think I'm ready again to take the class over.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So upon completing this class, what would that like the goal is to have your degree and then
Yeah,
okay, all right.
well, that is my goal to get my business degree. But, even after I have that, I have to figure out what I'm going to do after. That's another issue I'm having too, trying to decide what I want to do after I get my business degree because that's just going to be the first step. I'm going to
Hmm.
have to go back to school and get a more advanced degree so I can have a higher paying job. So that's another reason why I wasn't really upset. I mean, I was upset that I failed the calculus class, but it gave me more time to really sit and think about what I wanted to do moving forward. Um,
Good.
once I do get the degree, and yeah, so that's the next step I have to take, really.
Oh, okay.
hmm
So let me ask you a question. It's not it's not a difficult question, but it involves you using your imagination. And this is just an imaginary question. So let's just say that you went to sleep tonight and everything is peaceful and quiet and you don't have any thoughts in your mind about failing the calculus class.
Mm-hmm.
And you wake up tomorrow morning. So there's no thoughts of this calculus class, but when you wake up tomorrow morning, you passed the class.
Mm-hmm.
So what would that look like for you at this point?
If I was to pass the class, I'd probably feel a little bit more accomplished and looking forward to the fall semester.
Mm-hmm.
But having to take the class over again, even though I know what to expect, it does give a little bit of anxiousness going forward, thinking about doing the class over again just because I did fail the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to have passed the class, I feel like I would have a sense of peace because there wouldn't be the unknown aspect about me having to take the actual class. I would have just already had accomplished it. Also, I would probably, if I would have passed the class, I probably would be looking at universities to go to as well. Because the hard part was over with, and it's like, okay, I can move on now. If I pass the class, another thing, I wouldn't have to budget my money to pay for the class again because the summer classes are fully out of pocket. Luckily, the fall classes, I could set up a payment plan, but I'm anticipating the fees that I'm going to have to pay as well moving forward for me to take the class again. So
Oh,
it would have gave me a sense of relaxation overall if I was to pass the class in those specific ways. Um, yeah.
so what is there anything else like where you would see yourself? So with this
Um,
question, it's like you already passed the class and you are already on your way to based on what you just said, applying for the bachelor's degree program. So what would that how would you feel being in that space, like with that happening?
I would feel really excited because I
Okay.
never had a degree before, and this is something I really want really bad. So, I would feel really excited if I was to be moving forward. I'd feel really positive about my life too. Not saying I don't feel negative about my life, but I definitely think if I was to have working on my advanced degree, I would be feeling very optimistic and excited and feeling like I'm having actual progress in my life in that aspect. Because that's what I feel like I am missing.
Mm-hmm.
There's progress in other parts of my life,
Mm-hmm.
especially, with my new job and everything, but it's just like academically, I want to be able to progress as well. And I kind of feel like throughout my life, I wasn't really focused on academics. It wasn't like my strong suit. So it was something I put in the back burner. And it's not something I necessarily regret, but I know now is it's a time that I have to complete it. And with that completion, it's gonna bring me lots of happiness and
Oh,
stability, I feel like as well.
that's great. That's great. So
Yeah.
what small steps could you take from at this point to achieve completing passing the calculus course?
Well, first thing I could do was take my time um, to understand the concepts of the calculus because previously, when I was doing the assignments and stuff, I was really just doing them to get them done. And I feel like when you have a full understanding of a subject, you are excited to do it and you feel well prepared. And I didn't really feel like that taking the calculus class the last time. I didn't feel well prepared. I didn't feel like I was really grasping the concepts. And I really felt like I was just doing it to do it and just get it over with, which I don't really like that necessarily because it's not the information is not going to stick. And it's like what am I paying for if the information isn't sticking? So for first I would prepare, take my time,
Mm-hmm.
make sure I have all the supplies that I need. Second, I would pay more attention to the online portal. So I mean, even though the professor didn't post the dates where stuff was due in a timely manner, I would put that responsibility on myself and make sure that I am checking daily. All it takes is logging in to the portal to see if there was an announcement, and that takes 5 minutes to do daily. Just log in, check in on the class, see if there's anything that's due, not assume that there's not anything due because I haven't seen something posted for the last 3 days or whatever. Um, and probably thirdly, I would not have a feeling of I would try not to have a feeling of anxiousness around the whole subject because math has always given me anxiety, and I don't want to carry that into the class because it already gives me a sense of being discouraged and kind of setting me up for failure, which is not the proper way, in my opinion, to start off a class. You already are feeling defeated, like, oh man, well, in the past I wasn't that good at this, so I don't know if I could do this, and all those feelings of self doubt. And sometimes those manifest into actual things, and then you do end up failing in the class. And I don't want to have that um, feeling attached to it either. So I have to work on removing that anxiety I have around math also before I start the calculus class again.
Wow, so it sounds like to me you are definitely have a lot of you put a lot of thought into the steps that you need to take, such as eliminating the anxiety, checking the board, right? The it's like not Brightspace. What is it called? Like you
It
have
is
that
bright
that
space.
that course.
Mhm.
Oh, the Brightspace board. So
Mhm.
that's where the teacher will upload the information. So now you will be more diligent. It sounds to me is what you're saying. You'll be more diligent in checking that and
Mhm.
removing the anxiety. Just I think that's great that you are taking that into consideration. And this is some steps that you can take to achieve passing the course.
Yeah.
So I have another question to ask you. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, where do you feel you are at right now with achieving this goal?
Well, I would give myself probably an 8 or a 7.5. Um, because I
Good.
kind of already know what to expect from the class.
Yep.
I don't know what professor I'm going to have. I hope it's not the same one. That's
Uh-huh.
maybe the two. Maybe I would say a 10 if I knew it wasn't going to be him. But I have to I already have an idea of what I have to do, so I feel confident in myself moving forward. There's emotional things I have to sort out about it, of course, but as far as the curriculum, I know what to expect. And that makes me feel really confident because I never knew anything about calculus before I joined the class. But now I have like an idea of, what the formulas look like, what um is expected. So I feel like I'm a strong 8 probably. Um, moving forward as far as me accomplishing my goal. Yeah.
An 8, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
An 8 to me, a 8 means that you're this pretty much there already.
I feel like it. It's just I have to do it. I feel like I'm not giving myself an option to fail this time. It's not so much I am, you know, forcing myself, but it's something I know I can do, and I know why I didn't do as well as I was supposed to do in the class. So it's kind of like, okay, I saw the holes and the cracks that didn't allow me to accomplish it before, but if I know that and I don't execute it the second time around, then there's something wrong with me. I would feel like that. And I don't want to feel like there's something wrong with me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hold myself responsible and accountable and do it. I'm going to do what I say I have to do. And with that confidence that I'm giving myself and already knowing the curriculum, I feel like yeah, I'm definitely an 8.
A year. That makes sense.
Hmm.
It's just so, what can I say? It was you outlined it very well because you
Yeah.
have everything sort of like etched in your mind exactly what steps you need to take. And I'm
Hmm.
sure this is the reason why you came up with that on the scale question that you came up with the number 8 because
Yeah.
you already know what you need to do, especially
Hmm.
given the fact that you had already taken the course. So you know what your expectation, what to expect. But I
Hmm.
did hear you mention something about the teacher, but we don't need to really elaborate on that because this is like the
It
goal
is.
is to move forward
Yes.
with advancing and staying focused on what needs to be done.
Hmm.
And it sounds like to me you have that like clear. It's already the clarity is there in your mind.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Um. Hmm. I don't think so. No, I don't think there's anything I would like to add to the conversation.
Oh, okay. Are there any other steps you can take aside from
Well,
removing the inks and uh-huh.
this is the first step, but then the next step is finding what I'm going to do moving forward as well for my career. And that's something I also have to start researching a little more seriously. So that's the next step. But I feel like to get ahead of things, I should probably start looking into that as well. Since I do feel so confident in the class that I have to take, I should probably start seriously researching what I'm going to do um, after. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
do you have any goal or any steps in mind that you would take toward that as far as
And
once you complete this? I sounds like you're once you complete this degree and then you have to advance to another degree, to the bachelor's degree, right? Yeah.
yeah, I'm thinking of watching interviews of people talk about their jobs that they have, um, and what interests they have that got them that led them to the career and things of that nature. So potentially I could match my goals and personality type and skills and find a job that would be best for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's what I'm going to work on doing. I know there's online tests I've heard that could help you select your career based on your personality and other things that you have. So I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking about, doing some of those as well moving forward, to see what uh, I would fit into. So that's probably something I'd do.
Oh, okay. It
Hmm.
sounds like you have everything is definitely put into play already.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's just I guess it's just a matter of, staying focused to
Hmm.
achieve these accomplishments.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And do it. I have to start.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have any questions for me?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So okay, so then this ends our session together, and I thank you for meeting with me.
Well, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, so in completing um my solution focused analysis, the self-analysis, I will just go over a few questions for you, Professor Kraus, which are the goal formation. This is just an assessment for of what I discussed with my client just a few minutes ago. As far as the goal formation goes, I noticed that this was more my focus was more on um not on the client, focusing on her achievements and what the next steps would be, as opposed to the first self-analysis that I had done. It was more geared more toward the problem. And that is what I was discussing with the client. It was more focused on the problem because she had the problem with the husband drinking. So the difference between the first self-analysis and this self-analysis, as far as the goal formation, I was more focused on a solution instead of a problem. As far as validating and acknowledging what my client was discussing, I feel that I did offer up affirmation to affirming what she said about her needing to complete the calculus course and the steps that she would take. First of all, removing the anxiety, and second of all, she would, I was probably not in that order, however, and then she would also go on the Brightspace board and check for the assignments daily, as opposed to, not checking at all and just check more frequently. And this would be move her more toward achieving the goal of completing the calculus course. I did ask the scaling question, which she seems pretty clear where she is with the scaling questions, whereas she said she's at an 8, and perhaps that's the reasoning why is because she already had taken the course, so she knows what to expect. I did not focus so much on the coping and managing the stress. That's something I could have honed in on, especially given the fact that she did say something about the anxiety, and but I didn't focus on that. That's something I wish I would have had just going over these questions you have, but I should have focused on that. The capturing of the not knowing, um, I think I did just allowed her to take the reins and explain to me where she was at. So I think I accomplished the capturing of the not knowing. Yeah. And then the overall helpfulness and empowering her to move forward with her goals. There's two goals, because one is to achieve the calculus course, and then once she achieves that, she wants to advance that degree into a bachelor's degree and then search for a higher paying position. And so I did offer I don't want to say suggestions, but just empowering what she had said. So I think that was it for the completion of the self-analysis in this survey part. Thank you.